you have to go back to the original PPP application. And it says that under no condition, basically, can the owners, the big boys in the company, benefit above what they would normally have gotten out of their 2019 salaries or wages up to the $100,000 mark. They can't get any more than what they would have gotten normally, even if it was below $100,000. And we said that you could maybe give bonuses. You can give bonuses if you have a little money left over, but you can't give it to the owners. Anybody who has any ownership in the company, I would certainly avoid giving a bonus to, and make sure that they're not getting more money than they would have gotten or did get out of their 2019 average weekly or monthly salaries.
Let me, hey Lee, I want to clarify two things. So I guess the first thing is that language was not on the original application that I ever saw. The first time I ever saw that was on the loan forgiveness application, which recently came out. Because they never talked about that before from what I've seen. Did you see it on the original application, or was that
I thought I read that it was on the original application.
Okay.
That's where they're in. Anyway, don't give the big boys or the owners any more money than they would have gotten in 2019.
So Lee, so to clarify that, you're saying if you paid yourself over $100,000 last year, you can pay yourself
up to $100,000,
which would be $15,385 that will be forgiven, right?
That's the 8-week equivalent of $100,000 in income.
So last year, if you only paid yourself $60,000, you would divide that by 52, and then you'd multiply that number by 8. So that would give you $9,230.
Just make sure if you're officer, owner, director, big guy, you don't get more than you would have got.
Okay, so the other thing is, I think the confusion where people are talking about getting part of the loan automatically forgiven, it's if you're a sole proprietor or a independent contractor, then you can get up to $15,385 automatically eligible for forgiveness because you're not paying out payroll. Does that make sense?
Kinda.
So it has to do with independent contractors or sole proprietorships with no employees. Because if you're self-employed, it's based on that number, right?
Right.
And you're not going to cut yourself a payroll, so there's an automatic portion in there. The one thing they are talking about doing where that number could possibly be higher for you is they're talking about extending the 8 weeks to what, 12, 14, or 16 weeks?
Yeah, they're talking about 16. Marco Rubio said 16, and some people have said 12 and some have said 14, so that I guess so that you're sure that you have enough time to spend this money appropriately is what they're doing.
Which if that happens, I'm guessing that 15,385 would go up as well, right?
I have no clue.
So it's changing every hour. We expect things to get set in stone pretty much this week. It has to, because a lot of these loans are
coming up.
They're supposed to do it before the holidays, but no one wanted to get anything done before they left on vacation.
Yeah, party on in Congress and the Senate. Party on, dude. Our issue is that our only salaries are the two of us who are owners, members of the LLC, taxes, and S Corp. It looks like this will affect our loan forgiveness. Does that sound right? Well, it will affect the loan forgiveness in that you can only pay yourselves, you and spouse, what you would have received in the average period in 2019. So yeah, you are restricted in that. You need to eat the rest of it up in payments of rents and utilities and interest on a mortgage, obligations.
Some of it up too on
obligations incurred prior to February 15th of 2020.
You can eat some of it too up on health insurance premiums, right?
Yeah, you can eat some of it up on health insurance premiums, certainly. health, if it's group, it has to be a group health plan.
Does it?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. Has to be a group health plan. You can make contributions to retirement plans too. And I don't know if they're looking at the owners for the retirement plans or not.
Well, if you make an employee deferral, it's already included in the gross income, so that won't help at all. It's only the employer matching.
It's the
amounts,
employer matching amounts, right?
which could help, right?
Could help,
But it's
but
not very much money. We're talking 5% or so. I don't know.
so yeah, you've got a problem in that respect. Can I include amounts towards a Roth IRA contribution from the PPP? The Roth IRA is made by the individual, not by the employer. And it's the employer amounts that are included in the PPP.
If you may, so you could do that, Lee, because that amount would be included as gross wages paid to the employee. But you're right, what you're saying, it comes from
Well,
an
but they
employer.
come from, I mean, they contributed after the PPP.
So I don't.
You're welcome to do it, but it isn't going to affect the amount that you get from the PPP, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.